Hi, hello, welcome back. I was about to get Loki ready to go to the vet, and I realized this is a good opportunity to do some filming. So I noticed recently that he has been peeing very frequently, and that's not normal. He's peeing way more than usual, and it's very small amounts. So I think Loki has a UTI. I called up the vet. They had a cancellation for today, so I'm about to take him in. So I'm going to bring you along and share everything that I learned, because I do know that UTIs are very common, especially in male cats, and they're very painful and they can actually be deadly as well. So we're gonna get this figured out, and I'm gonna share everything that I learned with you. And we've got to get going here. So let's get Loki harnessed up and we're gonna head out. If your cat has a urinary tract infection, you may notice several symptoms, including frequent attempts to urinate, painful urination, blood in the urine, excessive licking of the genital area, urinating outside of the litter box, strong urine odor, lethargy or behavioral changes, and loss of appetite. While both male and female cats can get urinary problems, male cats are more prone to urethral obstructions. This is because male cats have a narrower and longer urethra. If your male cat shows signs of urinary tract problems, especially straining or vocalizing when trying to urinate, it's crucial to seek immediate veterinary care to rule out a potentially life-threatening blockage. So the vet was not able to get a urine sample because his bladder is empty, but we're gonna go ahead and get antibiotics for him. His face is a little messy from the treats they were giving him. This is only the second time in his entire life that I've seen him hiss, so he's a little stressed. It's gonna be okay, Papa. So we just got back, and they did a little more than just try to test his urine because he was due to get some blood work done. So they also drew blood and gave him some like dewormer medication. So he is ready to get this bandage off. Oh. So this is where they took the blood. Here. So we don't know for sure if he has a UTI because we weren't able to test any urine because he didn't have any urine because he's been peeing so much. So we went ahead and I did get medication. So I have antibiotics for him, pain meds for him, and they also gave me anti-anxiety medication for him. Apparently he was really difficult when he was taken into the back and they were trying to withdraw the blood and test his urine. So I'm really surprised because he is usually so chill. Today was only the second time I have ever heard him hiss at all in his whole life. This is only the second time. So I'm just kind of surprised, and I feel bad that was apparently really stressful for him. Like, obviously I wasn't back there with them, so I didn't really see what was happening, but I did hear a cat like hissing and screaming, and I honestly didn't think it was him because I've never heard him make those sounds before. So I was just kind of like, oh, I hope that wasn't Loki, but like I'm very surprised that it probably was. So I'm just kind of shocked that I have to give him anti-anxiety medication now every time before I bring him to the vet. Yeah, that just seems weird. Like, he's such a chill cat. He's so friendly. It wasn't until they started, you know, trying to like stab him with a needle that he got upset. So I feel like it's kind of justified, you know? So just to recap about the UTI, the symptoms with Loki were frequent peeing, like much more frequent than normal. I was having to clean up his bathroom area a lot more often. And when he would pee, it would be a very small amount. So there was a lot of like small bits of pee when I was cleaning it out. And there was some discoloration in the urine. I suspect that some of the discoloration was also blood. So those are common symptoms. And I'll say from my experience in the past with my childhood male cat that I had growing up, he would cry when he was going pee, and that's how I knew something was wrong with him. So they might act like they are in pain, so they might be crying when they're going to the bathroom. It's really terrible. So this whole experience was really stressful for Loki. I feel bad that he went through that, and I don't want him to associate his cat carrier or his harness or going in the car with these negative things of going into the vet and being stabbed with a needle. So I need to make sure that I do some fun things with him to balance out that association, that harness time is still fun sometimes. It's not always to go to the vet. Going in the car can still be fun. So we're gonna work on balancing that out so he doesn't develop any fears. That's it for today. I'm gonna let him, he's just been here grooming. He's like cleaning his whole body. He feels so gross and he's so happy to be home. That's like me too when I get back from a doctor's. It's like, I feel gross, you know? So he's gonna bathe himself and I want him to relax. He's gonna have a calm evening and we will be back tomorrow. I've been so preoccupied talking about Loki's UTI, I completely forgot to do my intro. So if you're new here, hi, my name is Elena. I'm a 30-something cat mom living alone in the Pacific Northwest. I love creating educational content about cats and sharing parts of my life as a single childless cat lady. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you choose to stick around. I used to hate banana. I wouldn't say I like it now, but I used to really hate banana. Like, it would make me gag. I thought it tasted so gross. It's the texture, everything, and I'm trying to get myself to eat banana now because I know it's good for you, it's good potassium. So I have to have apple and banana. I basically chase my banana with a piece of apple so that I can actually eat it all. I've had a little time to think about how that vet appointment went yesterday, and it started out fine, but when we first got in there, the vet tech, I think is what she probably was, so we weighed Loki, and then she put some liquid into a syringe and she shot it down his throat, and I was like, oh, is that to test his urine? And she was like, oh no, haha, that's actually the dewormer. I was like, oh, okay. And then she was like, haha, yeah, I should probably tell people that before I just like start putting liquid down the cat's throat. I was like, yeah. Like, I mean, I basically trust them, but at the same time, like, yeah, you probably should tell me what you're doing before you do it. She didn't tell me what she was gonna do, what the stuff was. She just starts shooting stuff down his throat, and I'm like, what is that? And then she turns it into a joke, like, yeah, haha, I probably should tell people what I'm doing before I do it. Yeah, you probably should. So I didn't like that first. And then when they took him into the back, I just was not expecting that there would be any issues. And I did hear a cat like yowling and screaming, like, you know, how they get like, I heard that in the back and I thought, wow, that cat's having some issues. I didn't think it was Loki. I've never heard Loki make sounds like that before. And they didn't even explicitly tell me like, we had some problems with Loki. They just kind of assumed that I had heard everything and knew that that was him. I didn't know that was him. I've never heard him make those sounds in my life, in his life. They weren't able to finish the blood draw. So when I take him back in 2 weeks, we're gonna finish the blood work. But you know, I paid for the anti-anxiety medication along with the antibiotic and the pain meds. So I'm just feeling kind of surprised that I have a cat who has to now take anti-anxiety medication every time before going to the vet. And the vet tech was like, yeah, you know, with cats like this who get really upset in the car and they get upset by the carrier, and we give them the anti-anxiety medication because it makes everyone's experience better. Yeah, I get that, but like, he's not anxious in the car. He's not anxious in his carrier. He wasn't anxious about anything until y'all started sticking a giant needle into his leg to draw his blood. So I kind of feel it's justified. So I am feeling a little bit defensive of him. Like, he's not a bad boy, but for his sake of being calmer and having a better experience, and for the veterinarian's sake of not like getting scratched, and I do trim his claws, they did not get scratched. And that's another thing too, they like offered to trim his claws for me. I was like, no, I trim his claws every 2 weeks, he's good. So even though we weren't able to confirm that it's a UTI, I feel very confident it is a UTI, so we went ahead with the prescription. So what he's doing is an antibiotic twice a day for 2 weeks, and he has a pain med once a day for the first 3 days. I'm also gonna share the cost of all of this with you guys because I wanna be fully transparent just in case this information is helpful to anyone who may be dealing with a cat with a UTI. So let's take a look at the bill. So a lot of the fees that you see under regular fee in this column are covered by the plan. I pay a monthly fee to Banfield, and it covers a lot of things like the blood work. So you'll see the numbers in this column. These are the things that I did end up needing to pay for. So it came out to $72.30. So you'll see this first number here, the $32.50 is the chewable tablet, that's the antibiotic. Next, this $13.34, that's the gabapentin, and the $20.01 Onsure. Again, I'm on this Banfield plan, which does reduce my costs because you can see that the regular fee for this pain med was actually $23.54, and I have a reduced payment. Same with this one. So the regular cost would be $38, but I paid $32 something. Okay, now I'm gonna show you guys the full process of how I give Loki his medications. And the antibiotic, I noticed he actually really likes it, and he just ate it on his own. Like, I didn't even try to encourage him to eat it. He just smelled it and he was like, ooh, and then he ate it. So that was really nice. So I'm gonna show you guys how easily he eats this. And if your cat doesn't eat it very easily, you just can crush it up and put it in some wet food. So that's what I'm gonna do with the pain pill. I'm gonna crush up the pain pill and mix it in with some churro. And this churro stuff, in case you haven't seen it before, it's very popular with cats. It's actually like crack for cats because they love it so much. Okay, so we're gonna start with the antibiotic, and I'm gonna see if he will just eat this plain. So just tear off, rips open pretty easily. This is the antibiotic. You can see it's fairly large and it is chewable. So we'll see if he will just go ahead and eat it as it is. Okay, he ate it. Ta-da! Yay! Okay, so what we're gonna do for the pain pill, so we want one of these is an air bubble. I always forget which one. Okay, that one's the air bubble. Really tiny. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to crush it into the bowl, and then I'm gonna put a little bit of churro, mix it into a little bit of the churro so that I can see and know that he ate the whole thing. And then I'll give him some hard food and I'll put the rest of the churro in there. He's actually trying to eat the pain pill. Okay, well, he just ate the pain pill. I was going to crush the pill with the back of this spoon and it would just be like a little powder, and then I mix the churro in there and then I watch and make sure that he eats the whole thing. Sorry about that, but hey, I know he got all of his pain pills, so that's awesome. We got a package. What is it, Loki? This is gonna be so cool.
For a second I thought it was you across the room. I was wrong. For a minute I heard the radio a tune. I thought I heard a song. So come on, baby, let's get down to business. You know that I don't play. Let's get down to business. I thought I saw it in your eyes. I was so wrong. I was so blind. It's the way you look at me. It's the way you make me weak. You give me all that I need. Everything that I'm wanting, I breathe. The air that you breathe, the air that you breathe. Baby, give me what I'm wanting. 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 Baby, give me what I'm wanting.
Oh my god. Loki, do you like it? I've got to say, I feel like it really completes the look. What do you think? So this is what it looks like off, and this is what it looks like on. Thank you so much for watching the vlog, and a quick update on Loki's UTI before we wrap this up. He's doing a lot better. It took about 2 days of antibiotics before I felt like his pee routine was pretty much back to normal. So it worked really quickly, and I'm still giving him the antibiotics twice a day. He's off of the pain pills. So we're gonna finish out the 2 weeks of the antibiotics, and then he should be good to go. So if you have any questions about his UTI, drop your questions down below, and let me know what you think about my new custom neon sign. I hope you guys like it. It was definitely inspired by my YouTube channel, but also it's just very me. So I hope everybody likes it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.